Welcome to Real World AIP. I'm Stacy, and today I have a reintro recipe for you. The reintroductions that are going to be in this recipe would include buckwheat, which is a gluten-free grain. The one I got Anthony's. I threw away the bag. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's just 100% buckwheat groats, and it's not related to wheat. And then the other reintro in this recipe would be the sunflower seeds. You could substitute flaxseed or chia seed for the sunflower seeds. I'm using sunflower seeds. So those are the only reintros. Everything else would be something you've already been eating on AIP. I took the 5-pound bag of buckwheat. I got 5 giant mixing bowls. I put 1 pound of buckwheat in each mixing bowl, filled it with water, put in 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and I let it soak for 2 hours. Then I drained it well and I rinsed the heck out of it. Then I had 5 pounds of pre-soaked and drained and rinsed buckwheat. I freeze it like that, so that way when I want to make my bread, I just pull it out of the freezer. I don't need 2 hours of prep time. I don't think that far ahead. I don't have 2 hours to wait. When I decide I want to make bread, I want to make it right now, not in 2 hours. Oh, t-shirt, by the way. Don't try to feed me. I had these custom made. There's the link below down to that. Don't try to feed me. Just make things nice and easy when you go places, right? I'm gonna stick this into my Vitamix and go from there. This was 1 pound before I soaked it. I don't know what it weighs now, but I soaked and drained it well. To that, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of water. Sunflower seeds, right? This is 90 grams, and I tried to get it into a measuring cup so that those of you that don't have a scale can measure it. This is 2/3 of a cup. It's a scant 2/3 of a cup. And then we have mango. I usually use papaya. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I'm using this in place of oil. So you know how you can use like applesauce or, you know, fruit puree and baked goods instead of oil? That's what I'm doing here. This is about 1/4 cup packed of mango chunks. They were frozen, they're partially thawed. I usually use papaya. It doesn't really matter. It's just gonna be pureed fruit to replace oil in the recipe. And it adds a little bit of sweetness too, I like it. We don't really need to add oil, we have all these sunflower seeds in here. Then I'm going to put some salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, level. I'm gonna do 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, not baking powder, baking soda, like good old Arm & Hammer. And last but not least, 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar or lemon juice. Sometimes I even use balsamic just for a little extra flavor, although I can't really taste the difference, so I'm just gonna use this up because I don't love it. It's like some weird pomegranate vinegar I got. I just need some acidity to activate the baking soda, so that's like 1.5 tablespoons. And what we have here is batter. Perfect batter. So this is a Pullman pan. What I like about this, you pour it in there, it's got the built-in lid. And these ridges, it just rises so perfect. And get all your batter in there. 350 for 1 hour and 15 minutes with the cover. And then we'll take the cover off and go for another 20. So 350, hour and 15 minutes. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Ooh. Look at that, look how it rose. Look at that, it looks like, oh, I scraped a little off the top. Sorry about that. Ooh, get back there and look pretty. Alright, look at that. And now we're gonna put that back in for another 20 minutes. And it's gonna be gorgeous. It's been 20 minutes. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Literally will just pop right out of here. Usually. What in the world? Hold on. loosen that up a little. Usually I don't even have to do that. There we go. And put it right side up so we can keep that nice loaf shape. And look at that, we have literally like a perfect loaf of bread. So no yeast required, just 100%, you know, soaked whole gluten-free buckwheat. This is gonna slice up beautifully. It is yummy. It makes great sandwiches, toast, like it's just a loaf of bread. Yay! I'm not gonna slice this until tomorrow morning because it does have a gummy texture when it first comes out of the oven. It's perfect if you just let it sit overnight. So we'll revisit this in the morning, slice it up. All right, it is the next afternoon and I'm just going to cut into this gorgeous loaf of bread. Make it nice and thin. And just look at it, look at that. It looks like, I mean, look at it, would ya? It's like a loaf of regular bread. It's like a whole wheat bread type of deal. And I mean, it tastes as good and as bread-like as it looks. Like winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm just gonna continue cutting this nice and thin. Here you go, there's some bread for you. Enjoy. I hope you like this recipe. If you were able to make it, let me know how you feel about me doing reintro recipes. I'll try to do them here and there. I don't have all that many. I tend to eat mostly my AIP recipes, but this is one I just love this because I put my pimped out burger bake, aka nutrient dense burger bake. I slice that thin and I put that in there and I make a sandwich and it's with a little avocado. It's so good. If you want more exclusive strict AIP elimination phase recipes, I do one a month on Patreon, and if you're a $2 patron up, you get access to all the back recipes too. There's a bunch of them up there. Check that out. I'll put a link below. I hope that you guys are all doing great, and I will see you soon. Until then, be healthy.